Hello, we are putting bunnies together today. That brown one there is Coco, and the black, brown, and white one is Abigail. She's the girl. Coco's the boy. And I wanted to just give you a few hints for putting rabbits together. Excuse me as I poorly video with my hand in the way. Anyway, a few suggestions for putting rabbits together. A neutral place is the best option because rabbits are territorial. Excuse my dog. He's watching them and is very excited, so I'm trying to keep him quiet and it's not working. But anyway, rabbits are very territorial. They usually have a lot of space and they're very protective of it. So putting them in a neutral place that is not his and not hers is the best bet for safety because the female will attack the buck and the buck will also attack the female sometimes. Doe. Female's a doe, male's a buck. So you want a neutral area. You want a decent size area where they can get around. Usually we do it outside, but we're breeding in February this year to get a head start so that maybe we can do 2 litters this year. And so February is a little cold and we've got 4 inches of snow out there. So today is not a good day for doing outside. So they're in this great big kennel here. They have plenty of room and I've been watching them the whole time to make sure that they're not becoming aggressive. Actually, she has been very receptive and they are doing very well. So an important thing, back up, good boy. An important thing to note is that you especially, I have heard, do not want to put the male in with the female in her place because she is more territorial and aggressive than a buck would be. So if you do have to put them together in one of their 2 pens, you do want to put the female in with the buck as opposed to the other way around because if she's not receptive, she can do a lot of damage to your buck. Generally, they only need to be together for, what I tend to do is 3 days. Hunter, leave it. Sorry. I tend to put them together for an hour or so, 3 days in a row. If you can put them together for longer, that's great. But that's generally what I do. And that has worked in the past. And then after that, you mark on the calendar when you put them together. And then, the gestation period of a rabbit is around 28 days. So you're going to give them about 4 weeks. About 3.5 weeks. Hunter, leave it. About 3.5 weeks after you put them together, you're going to get the doe a nesting box. Don't put a nesting box any earlier than 3 weeks because she will pee and poop in it. Rabbits are kind of funny that way. If you put a nesting box in there early, she's likely to go to the bathroom in her nesting box, and then you've got a dirty box for the babies. So you only want to put it in, at least 3 weeks after they've been together. And you're going to line it with some straw, or personally I use straw. I think that's the best. You could also use pine shavings, but I like straw. And you'll see about 2 days before, 1 to 2 days before she gives birth. Hush, noisy. 1 to 2 days before she gives birth, she'll start pulling out the hair on her chest to line the nest with. And that's when you know for sure that you've got, that your rabbit's going to give birth pretty soon. And then you just let her do it. She does the rest. Leave it. She does everything by herself, and one day you'll come out and there'll be these little tiny pink babies. Now, rabbits are not, they're not very attentive to their babies. Actually, in the wild, a rabbit will only visit its babies in the morning and in the evening, and the rest of the day and the rest of the night, those babies will be in the nest by themselves because rabbits they put their babies on the ground. Hunter, get out of the way. Back up. Thank you. Their nests are on the ground. And so if a rabbit were sitting on its nest, it would cause too much attention to itself for predators. And so the rabbits will not sit on the nest. So whatever warmth those babies have comes from the hair that's lined and the other babies in there that keep each other warm. Back up. Back up. Thank you. So it is not odd to look in there and see that nest on one side of the cage and your mother rabbit on the other side of the cage. That is perfectly normal. As long as those babies look like they're healthy and moving around and growing, she's going in there at least twice a day to feed them milk. So that is perfectly fine. Let's see, anything else? You definitely, the babies come out completely pink, no hair, and eyes and ears closed. You do not want to handle them in the beginning. I would say at least for the first 2 weeks. You do not want to handle them because rabbits are very particular. They do not like the smell of other things, like predators, especially when we humans are predators. They do not like that smell on their babies, and they will abandon the nest if there's a smell that they don't like. I've actually had this happen before, unfortunately, with mother rabbits. And after that mother rabbit refused to take care of that one litter, we bred her several times after that, and she never took care of another litter after that. So they can get stressed very easy. So make sure to leave those babies alone. Don't leave your scent in there. Just let mother rabbit take care of those babies. Peek in there every once in a while, like at least once a day, to make sure the babies are still wriggling around and that they're still growing and healthy. But other than that, just leave them alone and let mama do her thing. Now, after about 2.5, 3 weeks, I'd say their eyes start to open, their ears prick up a little bit. They've got hair on them now. Back up. Thank you. Then it's okay to start touching them, petting them, holding them maybe a little bit, but be very aware of that that first period where you don't want to touch them. Now, if anybody else has any suggestions for rabbit breeding and babies, please feel free to suggest. If you've had different experiences, please feel free to comment. These are just my experiences and what I have learned from breeding rabbits. So thanks for watching.